Good evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Baba Gbagedemo TV. I am Sani Tolakomi Ajikade. First here the major headlines for the world news. Redesign forensic. Buhari worried over long queues in bank, says Finance Minister Ahmed. CBN directs bank to begin paying new Naira notes. Supreme Court dismisses suit to nullify Oyetola participation in Osun election. Why we can't protest ongoing fall crisis, NLC. Mother of OAU students, Adedoyin closes case as court adjourned for adoption of addresses. Protest in Lagos, Ondo over scarcity of new Naira notes, general hardship in Nigeria. Calabar, police parade 4 over attempts to kidnap commissioner, 2 for gun running, and 14 others. Building collapse in Abuja, many fear trapped. Now on foreign. US donate $25 million, denies favorite presidential candidates. And lastly, on sports. Syria Ha, Osimhen School Goal of the Month Award. Now hear the news in details. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, asserted President Muhammadu Buhari and the federal government share in the pain Nigerians are going through in assessing the redesigned Naira note, but noted that it was a temporary stress which will fizzle out in no time. Ahmed, who was featured at the 65th State House briefing coordinated by the presidential media team on Thursday, likened the current situation being experienced by Nigerians to a patient having a wound or a deep sore, but must submit to excruciating pain while undergoing the treatment. He said that the government is however pleased that the sizable old funds had been moved back into the banking system, which will in turn give the regulatory agency control over the nation's currency. A visit to the most bank automated teller machines in the Abuja metropolis shows long queues of people trying to access their funds with little or no access. Some videos of frustrated customers having difficulty accessing their money have been trending on social media since Tuesday. The Central Bank of Nigeria has directed commercial banks to start paying the new Naira note to customers over the counter in the banking hall. The development was confirmed in a statement on Thursday by the bank's Director of Corporate Communication, Osita Nwazizobe. The Apex Bank assured Nigerians that the queues at the automated teller machine stands will end soon while directing banks to pay a new note over the counter which was previously banned. The statement read, "We have equally notified notice that the queues at the automated teller machines across the country and an upward trend in the cases of people stalking and agitating that the newly introduced banknote they severally obtained from ATMs for reasons best known to them. Also worrisome are the reported cases of unregistered persons and non-bank officials swapping bank loans for members of the public, purportedly on behalf of the Central Bank of Nigeria." The Supreme Court has dismissed an appeal by the People's Democratic Party seeking to restore the nullification of the participation of Osun Governor Gboyega Oyetola and his deputy Benedict Alabi in the July 16, 2022 governorship election. A 5-member panel of the Supreme Court led by the Justice Santos Nweze on Thursday held that the appeal by the PDP lacked merit and directed the counsel to the PDP Kehinde Ogunwumiju to withdraw it. The court held that the PDP could not, under the law, question the process leading the emergence of Oyetola and Alabi as candidates of all Progressive Congress in the election. Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court in Abuja added the judgment on September 30, 2022, nullified the participation of Oyetola and Alabi in the governorship election on the ground that their nomination form were endorsed by an acting chairman of APC, who was also a serving governor of Yobe State, Mai Mala Boni. Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, has given reasons it will not call workers to protest ongoing fuel crisis across the country. Rather, it challenged Nigerians to use their PVC to choose a responsive government to make lives more meaningful. President of NLC, Ayuba Waba, who spoke in Lagos, said NLC is tired of fighting for the price reduction anytime there is petroleum product price hikes, lamenting that it has been a vicious cycle in the past 30 years. Speaking to a cross-section of journalists, he said, "Consistently, I think we are the only organization that has engaged in this issue for the past 30 years. We have gone beyond the issue of fixing the price of fuel or increasing it by reducing the price. We have gone to the level of engaging the policy because it is a neoliberal policy that is based our model on the import price mechanism. We have said that this is faulty. We are the only oil-producing country that is practicing this model. We should emphasize the policy of refining, and that is the policy of NLC has adopted. We are not ready to discuss the issue of whether increasing or reducing the price. It is a model, it is faulty, and we have gone through this for the past 30 years. Justice Oyebola Ojo of an Osun State High Court sitting in Osogbo Thursday adjourned the case of Dr. Ramon Adedoyin, the owner of the Hilton Hotel, where a master student of Obafemi Awolowo student, Ile-Ife, Timothy Adegoke, lodged before his death on March 16 for the adoption of written addresses. Adedoyin and 6 staff of his hotel are standing trial on the alleged murder of Adegoke, among other allegations against him. Adedoyin counsel, Kende Elijah Sam, told the court that one Inspector Victor and ACP Benedict Ago of the Nigerian Police Force that the respondent intended to call have been incommunicado, despite a promise to testify in court. He informed that the court has decided to close this case and prayed the court adjourned for a final written address. Counsel to the second, fourth, and fifth defendant, Muritola Abdulrashid's son, prayed that the court to grant him 2 weeks to defy his written address and 5 days to file his reply on point of law. Counsel to the third and the sixth defendant, O. Yusuf, and Elijah Sam, also applied for 2 weeks to file a written address and 1 week for a reply on point of law. A representative from the office of Femi Falano's son, Adeshina Fatima, promised that the prosecutor will file his written addresses in 2 weeks. Justice Ojodieva adjourned to March 16 for the adoption of a written address. She directed the counsel to the 7th respondent, who was said to be in the hospital, to file his address 2 weeks after the receipt of the prosecution address. A group under the auspices of the Coalition of Civil Service Organizations for Good Governance has staged a protest on Thursday in Lagos State over the scarcity of Naira note. The protesters blocked Marina Road on Lagos Island, shouting, "All we are saying is to give us the new note." In the video that surfaced on social media, the protesters accused banks of working against the redesigned policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria, thereby making life difficult for ordinary Nigerians. Etuk Williams Basel, the president of CCSGG, who led the protest, said that the organization that make up the coalition are unhappy with how banks are responding to the CBN's guidelines regarding the new Naira note. He said that the coalition is choosing to support the CBN to make sure banks comply with the instructions from the Apex Bank. The Cross River State Police Command on Thursday paraded 21 suspects, including Mr. Eyo Etim Basil, who killed and dumped a lady inside the toilet, as well as 4 others who attempted to kidnap the Commissioner for Industry and Commerce, Mr. Peter Egba. Other paraded include a gun manufacturing syndicate based in Obaliku local government area of the state, while cache of arms were recovered. Briefing newsmen at the command headquarters Diamond Hills, Calabar, the Commissioner of Police CP Sule Balarabe called on political gladiators in the state to respel the rule of law, shun politics of bitterness, and embrace the spirit of sportsmanship. It said the ongoing year presented a set of security challenges which at some point evolved to threaten the security or the national cohesion of the state. A building under construction has collapsed in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, which many felt trapped under its rubbles. The building situated in the Guaripa area of Abuja collapsed on Thursday. Just witnessed a poor collapse of an ongoing construction building in Guaripa, Abuja, 4th Avenue. People are trapped inside. Please help inform all necessary agencies, the tweet read. Now on foreign. The United States ambassador to Nigeria, Mary Leonard, has cleared the air on the choice of presidential candidate, saying that the U.S. was interested in transparent and credible elections that reflect the will of Nigerians. Leonard said this on Wednesday during the one-day multi-stakeholders dialogue titled Nigerians 2023 Election, Fostering Youth Action for Peace and Stability in Abuja. Leonard stated that the elections present an opportunity to solidify Nigeria's place as a democratic leader in Africa. She also said that the U.S. would not influence or favor any candidate in the general election. The program was organized in collaboration with National Orientation Agency and Building Block for Peace Foundation. And lastly, on sports. Super Eagles forward Victor Osimhen as the match winner of the Serie A Goal of the Month award for January. Osimhen's ferocious first-half strike in Napoli's 2-1 win against Jose AS Roma last weekend was the overwhelming choice of the fans. The 24-year-old has led Napoli's charge for the fourth Scudetto in 33 years with his consistent scoring form. The striker is currently the top scorer in the Italian top flight with 14 goals from 16 games. Osimhen has also been nominated for the January Player of the Month award. The Nigerian international scored 5 times in 4 appearances for the Port Nopel in the month. And that concludes the world news for this hour. But before we go, here's some of the major headlines once again. Redesigned currency. Buhari worried over long queues in bank, says Finance Minister Ahmed. CBN directs banks to begin paying new Naira notes. Supreme Court dismisses suit to nullify Oyetola participation in Osun election. Why we can't protest ongoing false crisis, NLC. Mother of OAU students, Adedoyin closes case as court adjourns for adoption of addresses. Protest in Lagos, Ondo over scarcity of new Naira notes, general hardship in Nigeria. So join us on all our social media handles on Facebook as Bdùct with Alawi Adebayo. Please follow the page and share the page. And on Instagram as Bdùct_22. Please follow the page and share the page as well. And on YouTube as Baba Bdùct TV. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn your post notification bell. For your advert, please call the number displaying on the screen. Thanks so much for always watching our news on Bdùct TV. I am Sadut Olakomi Ajikade. Have a wonderful evening.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV.